Hey, what's up everybody? Travis here from CT Graphics. We have a 2019 Ford F-150. We purchased a Xprite aftermarket front grille to mock the original Raptor grille. It comes originally with the full honeycomb, so you can do it with the letters or without. Ours actually came without the letters at all from Amazon, so we had to contact Xprite and they shipped them right to us, no problems at all. We'll go through and explain how to mount everything. So on the back side of the grill, you take your plastic, your clear plastic, and you use your screws, line it up. We actually line it up in the middle of the grill, fourth one from the 1, 2, 3, 4 to there, and then we had 3 above. To line that up. Now the other thing too is there are 5 or 6 screws that you're going to want to get a longer screw to make it reach. You don't want to over tighten them because it'll crack the plastic, and these screws are number 8. So all we did was we took the screw to the local hardware store and got more. We'll show you how to install it on this truck. All right, also in the kit we have these 2 caps that go over the end, 4 bolts apiece. 8 total, and then you have your little brass clips that go on top. The brass is actually really easy. Right over top the center there, push it straight down, you're done. And then you put in your 4 screws again, or don't over tighten them because they will crack. All right, one last time. The clip here, you can see it's a U shape with teeth on it. You're just gonna center it over top there and push it straight down on, and it's on. Okay, so what we're gonna do is on both sides, inside the inner fender well here, on the fender flare, just take out this 7mm screw, and we're gonna pop this out, and then address the rest of it as we go. It's kind of helpful to have it turn the right way. Okay, so a couple things that'll help you pry off this fender flare is the 90-degree pick, obviously a nylon so you don't scratch, well this one's wrapped, but scratch the truck, and then your other pry tool, which is your metal one. Start at the bottom, work the white clip out first, and then on the back side here, you'll actually see there's a yellow clip. That one's actually easier if you pry it up out like that, and then pull the clip out separate. So after I get the clip out separate, you're going to take your valance here, you're going to pry it out, get my finger behind it. You can actually work it the whole rest of the way to your headlight. It does pry out hard, so just be aware of that when you're pulling. And then we'll work out the other side and pull out the front. All right, so we're gonna take off the 7mm on this side. Some of the vehicles don't have fender flares, and some of them have 2 bolts instead of just 1, but they're all gonna be 7mm. And we'll pry off the bottom and continue through. The whole reason that we are removing this upper valance is so we can actually access this 8mm right here. And there's one on the exact opposite side right here. And that's the bottom part of your grill to hold it on. After we get those out, we're going to address the push pins up here, but let me zip out these real quick. Try not to drop them. I've done it a couple times in other trucks, and it's always fun trying to fish those out of there. But what we need to do is we take out these push pins up top here. This pry tool helps out a lot. Find the spot that is open. And you'll see a gap on it. That's what I mean by open. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 of them total. And they are pretty simple to pop out. Try to keep them together so you don't lose all the little pieces. Okay, so after you get all of those out, the easiest way to get this piece off is not the typical grab and pull out. So you actually lift up on the front, and slide it to the side so you can get it out from underneath this air box. So once that is out, you're going to use the same pry tool. And over here on this wiring harness, you come over here and look at it. You grab it here and just pry straight up out. And that's out. Pinch this tab here for your vents and just push that to the side for now. You're gonna have 4 10 millimeters. And then we'll take those out and we'll pop off the grill. Okay, after you get these 4 bolts out, what you want to do is you actually want to grab right here underneath the center beam, and then you're going to pop it straight out. Same on this side, straight out. And then while you're doing it, you want to tilt it forward so these top 2 pins come out of the frame, and then you're going to continue to pull it up and kind of twist it up and out. And what that does is it makes it easier to get past this rubber mounting, the rubber strip. So now, what I'll do is I'll grab the grill, the new one, and we'll bring it over here and compare them. Okay, as you can see, the piece we just took out is obviously a lot larger than the piece we're putting in. And that's actually because this, technically this is a cover, because your backside of your original grill is all your vents and everything. The couple things we have to take out are, there's an 8 millimeter way down in the center here, okay? And then there are two 10s on each side. So you're gonna unscrew those 2, unscrew these 2, and then that 8, and then I'll show you how to pop off the rest of it. Okay, so after you get those 4 loose, sometimes they don't actually come out because it's actually in a catch, so they're just going to sit there. The other thing we have to do is we have to take out these 5 pins across the top. So underneath the top collar there, and they're actually quite large. So you don't pull it out by the bottom collar, you pull it out by the top. So we're going to take those out. Set those on the cart underneath of it. And then you need to take out these clips here. So I actually go completely underneath the whole mat. You have a less likely chance to foobar it and then have to get a new one. Okay, the reason you pull that piece off and not the front, or you can pull out the front too, is because you actually need to get to these silver clips here. So these silver tabs are what holding the grill in right now. So we're going to take off the front side too, so you can actually get it disconnected. As my cart walks away from me. Super helpful cart. Okay, now that we have that off, we're going to, I put my hand in the end here and actually just push pressure up. I'm going to push this pin back, or these clips back, the whole way down through. And that will release the front of the grill. And that piece is off. Piece is off. You will have to reuse these little tabs that are inside these sockets for your new grill cover. So make sure you don't lose those, and make sure you pull them out and use them. So the little clips that we took off the old grill, or out of those little sockets in the old grill, they actually slide into here. We can't get ours to stay up there, and the grill's actually mounted top and bottom. So you can try to put them in there if you're worried about it, but I've done it both ways. Done it with it and without, and the grill's fine. So I'm actually going to take this one and just set it aside. Other thing too is start with your wiring above the F on your left side, passenger side. And obviously black goes to black, red goes to red. I'm going to plug it in here. Lay the wiring on the back side there. And then we'll set the grill frame on top and we'll screw it down. All right, so we moved over here to the table obviously because it's a little bit easier, holds it a little bit better. Okay, in case you get all confused on when you're trying to lay this all out, the lights go along with the plug. So line these up. Back here on the back side, you can see where it's all lined up with the clips. I'm just gonna push it down until you hear it clip. And then if you did happen to put those tabs in there, screw down your 4 screws again. There's no longer a use for the 8 because it doesn't actually touch the grill. And then you're going to put your top caps back in. Now as you see, the wiring does come out right here on the side and make it easier to fish it over to where you need to plug it in and connect it. All right, so after you get your top pins in, take your lower cover here, line up the top holes, and push in the tops. The little Christmas tree pins, they call them, will just snap back into place once you line them up. We'll move over and put it in the truck. All right, so as you can see from the front, you can actually see the wiring hanging down to clean it up so it actually looks nice. Grab a hold of it and pull it up through to the top of the grill and just wire tie it up or zip tie it up. Pretty simple. They don't need to be super tight, and then just snip it off. And like I said, just move it over and wire tie them up to make them look a little bit cleaner and nicer. Okay, so now after that, what you want to do is you actually want to put your bottom in around the bottom of the headlights first. And then line up your top alignment pins. Make sure your wiring is laid the way you want it. And then your clips on the sides here. It's hard to see, but there's slits back in there that you're going to want to push these right into. You get a little love tap there. Get them to snap into place. So those are snapped in. You're going to put your 10mm bolts across the top. Also, you can plug this in here. Put that back inside the slot we pulled it out of. Make sure it's tucked down in the plastic in the groove there. So what we're going to do is we're going to put the 8s back in. back in up top. Okay, after that, slide this guy back underneath. Line up all your holes and start putting pins back in, man. Push and you're done. Okay, so now you're gonna put that underneath of the fender flare. Just get it semi-lined up for right this moment. Makes it easier. That side set in. Bring it over far enough to get around the light. You put your clips back in now. Set those over here. Okay, so now take your clips. The white one goes on the bottom. And what you're going to do is you're going to push it in. Actually going to slide the plastic in that sleeve there. That one pushes down. This one pulls up in. Okay, once you get those in place, line up your pins, tab it back in, put your 7mm in. Okay, so what we did is we put the wiring underneath the airbox mount here. We took off the airbox, we took those two pins back out. We took off the 8mm screw here, twisted it, and it pops right out. And then we actually tapped into the parking light on the driver's side. So we have our own little kit here that we run wiring with. Pinned it together, plugged it in, and that's how you have your lights. Plug the socket in, this side will come on. Put it all back together, and we're done. So thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe. Appreciate it. And check out our Instagram, Facebook pages, CT Graphics. Thanks.